I'm about to share with you the exact steps to get a perfect credit score. It's easier than you think. You don't have to spend a dime to raise your score, and all I ask is that you destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's get into it. So, for context, a credit score is a number between 300 and 850. And generally speaking, anything 800 and above is considered a perfect score. But why is your credit score so important? Well, depending on your credit score, the things you want to buy using credit can be easy to obtain, harder to obtain, or not obtainable at all. Think about this. Landlords use your credit score to decide if they want to rent to you. Credit card companies only give the best credit cards to people with high scores. Higher deposits are needed for utilities like your phone, your gas, and electric when your scores are low. And even insurance companies use credit scores to decide how much of a premium you'll have to pay. So, two people with the exact same house or car can end up paying drastically more or less than the other simply based on their credit score. And those with higher credit scores will have more available credit options, lower interest rates, and lower deposits. And those with lower credit scores will have higher interest rates, larger deposits, or be flat out denied for credit. So, in short, good credit makes things more obtainable and cheaper to pay for. And bad credit makes things less obtainable and more expensive in both the short and long term. Okay, so how do you get the perfect credit score? Well, you have to do well in these 5 key areas. The first is payment history. And payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. You see, your payment history tells the story of the number of counts you've paid on time, how often you make or miss payments, the average days your late payments are overdue, and how quickly you repay overdue payments. So it's pretty simple. Whenever you miss a payment, your credit score goes down. And the longer you wait to make a payment, the more it affects your credit score. And that's because being 180 days late is worse than being 90 days late, which is worse than being 30 days late. And something that most people don't know is that the ratio of accounts you pay on time compared to those you are late also impacts your score. So if you have 1 or 2 accounts that are marked late, but 4 or 5 accounts that show on-time payments, that is taken into consideration. Now, the second big factor is something called credit utilization. And it's the second most important category because it makes up 30% of your credit score. So, what is it? Credit utilization is the percentage of credit that you use. So, if you have a credit card with a limit of say $1,000 and you use 500 of it for the month, then your credit utilization would be 50% for that month, which you might think isn't bad. But you generally want to keep your credit utilization under 30% to get the best credit scores. But note that credit utilization is only for revolving credit. So things like your credit cards or a line of credit. But installment loans like your home loan or car loan is not affected by credit utilization. Now, The third category that you want to pay attention to get the perfect credit score is your length of credit history. It makes up 15% of your credit score, and it measures three things. First, how long your accounts have been open. Second, how long specific types of accounts have been open, like revolving or installments. And lastly, how long it's been since you've last closed an account. And your length of credit history starts the very moment you open a line of credit. And generally speaking, the longer your credit history, the better it is for your credit score. And I say generally because a 2-year credit history with no missed payments is better than a 10-year history with a ton of late payments. Now, the fourth category is mix of credit types. Mix of credit accounts for 10% of your credit score and looks at your ability to use different forms of credit. So that's revolving credit, like your credit cards or lines of credit, and installment credit, like your home loan or your car loan. In general, your credit mix is considered a lot less important than, say, your payment history or your credit utilization, but it's still a factor. And if you want the perfect credit scores, then you need to have a mix of them. Now, the fifth category is inquiries. Inquiries make up 10% of your credit score, and inquiries occur when lenders inquire about your credit history and pulls your credit report. Now, there's two types of inquiries to be aware of. There's a soft inquiry and a hard inquiry. Soft inquiries, like viewing your own credit score, doesn't affect your credit score at all. Hard inquiries, like applying for a mortgage or a car loan, does affect your credit. Now, they typically don't have a major impact on your credit score. A hard inquiry might drop your credit 5 points, but having a lot of hard inquiries in a very short amount of time will have a greater impact, a negative one, on your credit scores. So to build your credit score and get the perfect credit scores, you have to think about it like a monthly test of credit worthiness. And the 5 categories are the 5 sections of the test: payment history, credit utilization, length of credit history, your credit mix, and inquiries. And by looking at each category as individually important, you'll take each category more seriously, because each one of them plays an important role in making sure you get the highest credit scores. So let's go into credit scores a little more. A few important things I think you want to know. Credit score ratings are grouped by a range. In general, FICO score ranges. A credit score of 800 or more is considered exceptional. A credit score between 740 and 799 is considered very good. A credit score between 670 and 739 is considered good. A credit score between 580 and 669 is considered poor. And scores below 570 is simply considered very poor. Now, the average FICO score in general is about 711. So, good. And lenders that pull from Experian will see your FICO scores. But there's another credit system called the Vantage score. And in general, Vantage score ranges. A credit score of 781 or more to be considered exceptional. A credit score of 781 or more to be considered excellent. A credit score between 661 and 780 is considered good. A credit score between 601 and 660 is considered fair. A credit score between 500 and 600 is considered poor. And scores below 499 are considered very poor. Now, the average Vantage score is sitting around 688. So, good. And lenders that pull from TransUnion will see your Vantage scores. Now, those are just ranges, right? But each individual lender will have their own determination of what they consider good or poor. Now, let's talk about how to monitor your credit score. You can get your credit score for free from credit monitoring websites and apps like credit.com, Credit Karma, and Credit Sesame. These apps and websites help you to view your credit score in real time and understand the factors that affect your credit score. Additionally, many credit card companies allow you to view your credit score, but note that some only pull the Vantage score and some only pull the FICO scores. So you want to be aware of both. Now, here are a few of my best tips for a great or perfect credit score. Number 1, make at least your minimum payments on time. This will ensure that you never miss a payment, which can have the biggest impact on your score. Second, keep your utilization rate under 30%. High utilization is considered using more than 30% of your available credit limit. So you want to keep that under the threshold for the best scores. Number 3, don't close old accounts. Closing accounts, especially those that have been open for long periods of time, can negatively affect your length of credit history. So keep them open. And if you don't use them, simply don't use them. And number 4, monitor your credit report. Look, be sure to monitor your credit report just as much as you monitor your credit score. Almost 25% of all credit reports contain errors that can hurt your score without you even knowing. You can pull your credit report from all 3 major bureaus: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. And you can do this for free on annualcreditreport.com. Look, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button for me. It helps others to find this video and improve their scores. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. There you have it, how to get the perfect credit score. I'm Karan from Life Accounting, and I'll see you in the next video.